Morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let's see who we've got in here. Okay, let's see who I see. Deirdre, hi, sweetheart. You win the prize this morning. You're number one. Hello, hello. You're up bright and early. Cheers. I tell you what, it's a good thing I have coffee this morning. Or you all might not be seeing me. I might say, Jean, you're doing the show today. Hi, Luz. Good morning. Good morning, Rick Morrow. Good morning, Robert Dosa. Hello, everyone. I don't even have it on my phone yet. So let me do that. Let me find us. And let's see how we're doing on this Sunday morning. We are starting the last week of 2020. Can y'all believe that? We're finally here at this place of saying goodbye to this year. Let's see if I can find it. I will share it. There it is. So who else we got? Let's get everybody in here. Let's get all the peeps in. All our peas in the pod. Come on in. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay. And I hear myself again, Jean. Yes. Deirdre, thank the good Lord that 2020's over. I hear you. We're going to celebrate, aren't we? We are going to have that celebration. Okay. All right. Let me see where I'm at. See who's on. Uh-oh. Jane, if you can hear me, can you turn your volume down? She's in the other room. Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get it on my phone so I can see who else is on here with us. Oh, Robert, you didn't realize it was Sunday. Yeah, it's the start of the week, first day of the week. I love Sundays. Sundays are just fun. They used to be my sleep-in day, and I think my body still thought that this morning. I cannot get this where I can see who's on. This is so weird this morning. Okay, I'm going to just leave it alone, I think. There it is.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hearing it twice. I'm like, okay, like, y'all don't need to hear me twice. Once is quite enough. Oh, let's see who we got now that I finally have quit working with my phone and I found it. Christina, good morning, sweet pea. And Carol Ann, Sally. Sally, thank you for doing your show yesterday. That was a long time for you all to sit there and channel. Thank you for doing it for everyone. You're such a sweetheart, and you're so tapped in and tuned in. I was so happy to hear from my friend Bob Miller. Bob he gave me several signs yesterday of his presence. One of the signs that he uses is, I'm laughing because I just looked and saw 11. He uses ones to communicate with me. It's usually 111, which I saw throughout the day. And it was so funny. I think it was maybe Thursday or Friday. I don't remember now. I was looking at one of the videos, one of the morning shows, and it was 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. And I'm going, seriously? Yeah, so that's what he uses. When Bob passed, we didn't know what time of the night he had passed because it happened overnight and he lived alone. And the first thing that I saw was 111. And he's used that to communicate with me. Every time that he gives me a message, it's with ones and normally the triple ones. So I appreciate you giving me the message from Bob yesterday. Good morning, Kathy Hand. And there's my Jean Lorio. Yeah, I think she locked herself in her room because I told her she had to do the show this morning. I was going back to bed. Good morning, Dreddy. It's so good to see all of you and so happy that you all come together every morning. Every morning you come in to just say hello to each other and give some love to each other. And so appreciated that that's what this family is and that's what we do. We have a family meeting every morning to check in and see how everybody's doing. Tammy Fisk, good morning to you. How you doing? How's everybody doing? It just feels like a weird night just happened. I don't know if that's just me, but I woke up through the night. I woke up once and just kept throwing the covers off of me because I felt like I was, I don't know, somewhere strange and I couldn't move. The covers were holding me down. So once I kicked the covers off and got that freedom of movement, I didn't feel quite as weird, but it just felt like a weird night to me. Did anybody else have any strange dreams or anything strange that was happening overnight where you were? Because that was kind of weird to have that going on. I know, right, Sally? We don't like it when we can't see our Jean Lorio. But she wanted to go back, I think, to bed and relax. And she is listening to us. She's not asleep. So she's just in the other room. Good morning, Linda Rosa. There's my Carrie. Carrie, darling, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I miss you, my girl. I wish you were out here with me. I can see the three amigos, me, you, and Jean, tooling around Texas and Mexico, or New Mexico. I think it's New Mexico, right, Jean? Jean has plans for me. And I'd love one night while I'm here to go out UFO hunting. I'm still looking. I'm still believing that something's going to pop up and I'm going to be able to see it just at the right moment because I feel it. I felt it as I was coming in, driving in here to El Paso. It was such a lonely stretch of road. It felt like it went on forever. And my GPS was telling me, okay, you got this many more miles to go on this road. And I'm like, oh. Oh, Carrie, big hugs to you too, honey. I would love to see you, and I hope you're doing well. I hope your Christmas was well. I do know that you all have high numbers right now, so I hope you're staying put, and I hope you're being safe. Carol Ann says, many dreams, woke up with my stepdad on my mind and realized this would have been his birthday. Well, happy birthday to your stepdad in heaven, in spirit, and just enjoy that memory of him. I think when we have a dream about a loved one, there's a purpose. They're just sending us a little love kiss from afar, and they're not really far, but we feel like it is because we can't just reach out and touch them. Anybody else have a weird night? It was just like really strange. And I have to blame Jean for the weird dreams. I ate tacos last night for dinner, and usually, I don't know what it is about certain foods, but usually tacos, they don't give me nightmares, but I usually have lots of dreams after I eat tacos. It's really strange. but I had to try them. I guess El Paso is kind of famous for, I believe it's Chico's tacos, and they were good. I enjoyed it. Carrie says it's been tough mentally not to be on the move. I understand. I know that that lockdown time where you're told not to go out, not to socialize, restaurants close down, everything closes down. That's really hard mentally to be in that state of not being able to see other people. That's the weird part. The first time I saw people after being locked down for a bit, I was like, oh, thank God there is other life on the planet. It was that moment of, whew, I'm not the only one left behind. Jean, you had a strange night also. Yeah, it was. I'm blaming it on you and the tacos. And Jean says, you already have had the Chico tacos experience. maybe why you had a strange night. Yeah, I think there's something to that. Grace I says, good morning, my sweet Grace. I love you so much, and thank you for coming on. Grace says, good morning, dear Teri and Jean. We are blessed for your energies and commitment to the pod. Thank you, Peas, for your presence. Sally says, have been sleeping really well all night through since the Archangels came in. Yeah, and they've been sent on now to their next home. Right now, they're transitioning to those homes, but we still feel their lingering presence, don't we? When we've had that beautiful Archangels experience. I know they've been really present here. The place where Jean had the altar set up is where I'm sleeping. So I really feel their presence very strongly in there. And I woke up thinking about Archangel Gabriel. For some reason, I just knew that Gabriel had been working on me during the night, giving me some downloads of information, which I'm happy for because I got lots going on, including the silent meditation this morning. Ruth and I will be doing that at 11 Eastern time. And we sit and we listen to what the angels want us to know and what they want us to process and share with everybody. So at 11 o'clock, we'll be doing the silent meditation on Enlightened World Network. Good morning, Linda Lemieux. So glad you're here. Kathy Hand. Kathy says, pizza gives me weird dreams. Yeah, I haven't eaten pizza in, 3 years, I think. Almost 3 years now. But yeah, foods like that, I think, they trigger something and the weirdness comes out. And Christina says, this week seems weird for me anyway. I'm thankful for restful sleep. Oh, good. I'm so glad. And Lily Ann says, hi, everyone. Strange I can't comment on my own line here anymore, just under others' comments. I've had a very strange night too, nearly no sleep, smelled new made coffee very strong, and wonder who made it. It was Jean. Jean made the coffee. You were just smelling it. And I woke up to that smell. So I'm so grateful for Jean, who's hosting me on this part of the Peace on Earth tour. And she makes me delicious coffee in the morning, so I don't have to get up and do it. And what else we got? Kathy Hand says, I had a dream I was up in a helicopter flying over rivers and then ocean waters. Kathy, where were you going? Especially in a helicopter. I don't know that a helicopter can make it across the ocean. I think it would have to stop and refuel. But yeah, that's another one, having a weird dream last night. I think there was something definitely going on with our dreams. Sally says, it was awesome channeling him last night, Bob Miller. He's quite the guy. Emotional. I was in tears right before the readings began. I know, I remember that. And was it Gabriel that came through to you? Sally, I'm not remembering clearly right now, but I know there was an angel that brought in a message at the very beginning. And Gabriel is the one that came to me overnight. So he is the angel of messages. So he's working very strongly with all of us right now. Janet Byron, good morning to you. Oh, so we all had kind of food stuff going on last night. Carrie smelled ham cooking and didn't cook one. It was so strong, I checked the oven expecting a big old honey-baked ham to be in there. It was odd, but brought back wonderful memories of Christmas past. Yeah, I kept smelling fireplace yesterday. And I even asked Jean, is there a fire burning? Why am I smelling fire so strong? And they didn't have a fire going in the fireplace, but it sure did smell strong. And then she smelled it too after that. Janet, you just finished your coffee. I don't know if I ever get finished with coffee. It just like refills. And I love it. I love coffee myself. I know some people can't handle it, either the caffeine or the coffee bean itself, but I love coffee, and I don't think I could ever give it up. I don't want to ever give it up. Let's put it that way. But I'm so glad that our Tony figured out that it was creating problems for her, and she's doing really good from what I understand. It was so good to see you yesterday, Tony. Let's see what else we got. Kathy says, I would never take a helicopter ride. Nope, only in my dreams. I wouldn't feel safe. I've never been in one myself, Kathy, for that same reason. Yeah, I don't do well with heights. But it's interesting. I don't have a problem flying in an airplane, a big airplane. Little airplanes, not so much. But I do have that problem with heights. Unless I have something that I'm holding on to or I guess strapped into with the big planes, it doesn't bother me to fly them. Or maybe it's just the excitement of where I'm going. I don't know. Okay, and Janet says, when I have the smell of bacon coming in, I know my dad is with me as he was bacon mad. Yeah, I've had the smell of bacon. I've also had my dad's pipe smoke that I smell every once in a while, and I know that he's around when I smell that. Okay, Sally, so I am remembering correctly. It was Gabriel that gave you a message yesterday. I woke up to Gabriel talking to me this morning and helping me to figure out that there's something that Gabriel wants to say that's important right now. So it'll be interesting when Ruth and I get together for that silent meditation today. We'll see what Gabriel wants us to bring forth from him. It'll be interesting too. I'm laughing now because I just looked down at my cards. You all know I've been pulling a card for us every morning. I just looked down, and the very first card that I saw that was sitting on top was Archangel Gabriel. Of course it was. It's like, who else would it be, right? Lily says, I dreamed of green snakes that attacked me and got around my feet. So scary dream. Never dreamed of snakes wanting to hurt me before. Anyone know what that meant? Well, it's interesting, Lily. If you go to Enlightened World Network, Dr. Ruth Anderson also woke up from a snake dream, and she wrote about it. She blogged about it yesterday and wrote a beautiful post about snakes. And you might want to go check out what she wrote. So that's on Enlightened World Network if you want to check it out. Kathy says, I made a special coffee this morning. It's a pecan bourbon flavor. Ooh, now that sounds good. Okay, I'm going to drink my coffee and imagine that it's yours. And if I say that, I know Jean's going to try to find it. So, Jean, you've got so much coffee in here. Do not find it. I'm just going to tune in and imagine I'm drinking it. And Sally says Tony is still doing great. Good news. And Robert Dawson says, oh, yeah, I could drink liters of coffee each day. Tammy Fisk says, I received a weighted blanket for Christmas. I actually did sleep pretty well with it. Can't recall any dreams at all last night. Well, I'm so glad that some of you had that restful sleep and didn't wake up to dreams or toss and turn from them. And there's our Jean. She says, oh, Sally, I was thinking about the message I received during your program. I was trying to make the older man either my father or father-in-law, but the more I meditate and pray about it, I think it was Padre Pio. I regret that I didn't realize it at the time. I would have asked so many questions. Yeah. And Jean, I have the Padre Pio book with me that Charlie gave me. So if you want, I can make sure I have that out so you can look at it and read it. Janet Byron says, tea. We drink more of it here in the UK. Coffee is a treat, as I love the creamy milk. I do too, Janet. That's how I drink mine. That's how I got hooked on it, because my dad drank his that way, and he would share. So I got to drink coffee with cream as a little girl, and I'm talking about probably like 3 or 4 years old. I was drinking coffee. And Kathy says, after Sally's readings, I smelled cigarettes, and it wasn't my son, and I'm the only one who smelled it. Cool. Good morning, Marianne. So good to have you in the house. Sally says, snakes are a sign of ascension and transitions. Yes, they are. And Lily says, wow, I got chills when I read this. Thank you, Sally. Good morning, Charlie. You're awake this morning. So what a beautiful day. It really feels good to be here this morning on a Sunday. And let's go ahead and pull that card, whatever it might be. And when I got the cards out of my pack this morning, out of my little pouch, I have a velvet pouch that they're in, 2 gems came out with them. This is the energy healing modality that we are getting ready to train people in. I believe it's next week. It's the 2nd of January. It's the first class. And that class, I think, is full. I have to check with Ruth this morning to see if it's totally full. But we have already scheduled the February class because we have more people that want to sign up for it. And we use the angelic gems, which are a green gem. And when you hold the gem in your hand, or gems, you can hold more than one. And I'm supposed to hold 2 this morning. When you hold the gems and you focus in, there is a color or colors, it could be more than one, that just starts to come up inside of you. And it either comes in like electricity zapping you, or it comes in very softly and just colors through you. So I'm seeing a color this morning. And I'm not going to share what it is just yet because I want you all to intuit what it is and to give me the number that I'm going to pull a card for the whole collective. I love that we do this in the mornings. This is fun. And I'm going to work with the solid colors for a bit so you all can get to know the angel or divinity working with that color. And that's what we're going to train in the class. We're going to train on the colors and then working with them, the multiple colors. And we're going to teach about these divinities, the angels, Christ consciousness. We're going to teach about the emotions that we're dealing with when these colors come through and how to work with the cards and how to work with ourselves and another person. Okay, I have one that fell on the floor, but I'm not saying what it is. So let me see what's going on. And Sally's grinding her coffee right now. She needs more. You're like me, Sally. Yeah, it's like bring on the coffee. Kathy says, my dad likes to present through electronics or flickering lights. The cigarette smell was different. I wonder if it was your dad, Kathy. Did you get that it was him when you smelled the cigarette? Carrie says, snakes harming you are a sign of someone you trust is not trustworthy. You have a snake in your camp, so be vigilant. I'm not a snake fan, so I'm not going to comment on that. Janet says, it's a good day. The sunshine on a fine day here in the UK. I feel a beautiful walk coming on after my lunch or dinner. Beautiful. It is a good day. And I haven't been listening to that video. Abraham has a beautiful video called It's a Good Day. And I love the way Esther Hicks says it when she channels Abraham. This is a good day. This is a very good day. And when we get into that state of mind, it really is a good day. And we create it just the way we want it when we know that we can, don't we? We can just look around and know that this is how we wanted it to be. Whatever we bring forth, that was our creation. That was our state of mind. All right, so Luz chose 10 or pink. Tammy says 2 or red. And Carrie's choosing 6 green. Kathy Hand 4 blue. Deirdre 4 gold. And Sally 9 green. Kevin Kahn, good morning to you on Periscope. Janet Byron says 7 blue. And Sally, it's a cold, wintry day today. Yeah, what's up with that wind? I hear that y'all have that on the East Coast right now, really bad. Lily says, my mother was also in that dream, so could it be her that's not to trust? Tune into your intuition, Lillian, because it won't steer you wrong. And ask Gabriel. Gabriel is our messenger angel, and he's very active right now. So he will share with you exactly what the meaning of that dream is and help you to see very clearly. And Kathy, you're teasing us. She says her new coffee is going to spoil her. Okay, and Charlie says, yes, it's a really good day. Christina is saying 3 black, and Grace is saying 2 red. Well, I don't have my Jean out here to pick the color this morning, so I think Gabriel's going to pick it for us. He's going to pick the card and the color. So, Gabriel, what's our number? What will it be this morning? As I'm looking, I'm going to see which one he picks out for us to. I'll count down that many cards. The cards are not numbered. I'm just picking a number. As I count down from the top, I will pick which card we are going to focus on today from the Angelic Gems deck. It's a brand new card deck that comes with the Angelic Gems themselves that you hold in your hand. Let me see if I'm still getting that same color that came through for me before I even said anything. Yeah, I am. So let me see what we got. Janet Byron says 7 or blue. And Carol Allen says 11 for Max. And Jean says, at first I saw yellow, but now I'm seeing white. And Charlie says 5 or orange. And Linda says it's a good day to have a good day. It certainly is. Oh, the coffee is a little pricey, Kathy says, so I will only get it for special occasions, like a getaway with our pea pod. I can't wait for us to have our getaway scheduled. And I'll be going to Mount Shasta when I get into California. So I'll check there and see if that's a possibility for us to have a retreat. Sally is checking into places in Michigan. So I think there's going to be a couple of opportunities for us to come together next year. And Sally says, I believe Gabriel will bring loads of messages for and to people, so be ready. Absolutely. And Becky Lefebvre, good morning to you, sweet Becky. And Becky, we're at the point of choosing our card for us all to focus on this morning. And I'm hearing 3. I think Gabriel is saying for us to go down 3 cards and see what that is. So there's 1, and there's 2, and number 3 card is it's blue. For all of you who said blue, Archangel Raphael wants to work with us this morning. There's some healing that needs to take place, isn't there? That's what I'm hearing. Blue is physical transformation, and it's Archangel Raphael. So I can't remember who said blue, but yeah, the throat chakra. There you go, Becky. Definitely. Let's get some clearing going on from Raphael for our throat and for anything of a physical nature that needs to be cleared this morning. And doesn't our collective need this right now? We need that clearing from the coronavirus. We need the clearing for so many people who are hurting, not just physically. There's also a lot of mental, emotional, and spiritual clearing that needs to happen. But Raphael wants us to look at physical clearing this morning. Okay, so let's see what other comments we have. And Luz, hello, darling. Sally says, how would you all feel about renting a huge house? I feel pretty good about that, Sally. And if we do it at the right time of year, we can just camp out in your backyard. You have a huge yard there. And Kathy says Pennsylvania has some beautiful places for retreats. I don't know what the first word is, Nemacolin and Pocono. I've always wanted to go to the Poconos. So yeah, that would be awesome as well, Kathy. And where's our Suzanne from Pennsylvania? I don't think she's left yet. So I'm not sure why she's not on this morning. And Kathy says, yes, there is lots of physical healing needed, and you picked the blue. Good for you. Jean, I'm okay until after we get off the air, honey, but thank you. My host, Jean Lorio, is so beautiful and so thoughtful. I tell you all, I feel like I landed in heaven here. She's just amazing. Lily says, what is this? You ask for numbers. I haven't been here a lot, so maybe not know what you do. Lily, there's a new deck of cards that has been channeled through from the archangels, from Christ consciousness, and from God and Divine Mother. And what I do each morning on the show is have us pick a number, and I go down that many cards in the deck, and choose whatever is supposed to be talked about and worked with for the whole energy this morning. So when I go into meditation, that's the card, that's the color, the angel, and whatever is going on with this color, that's what is brought through in the meditation time. So that's what's going on with the cards. This is called Angelic Gems, Energy Clearing and Release Modality. And Ruth Anderson and I have been working on it for a year, and we're now ready to bring it out into the world and train people in how to use it. It's such a beautiful modality that works with 12 of the divine beings. And it's been so far amazing. And Janet says, speak your truth. So there's some clearing going on already with that throat chakra. And Luz says, wow, my card reading this morning was a message from Raphael. And Charlie, the class starts on the 2nd. January the 2nd is our very first Angelic Gems ECR class. So the 2nd and the 9th are the dates for January. I believe we have a full class for that one. And the next class will be February 13th and 20th. That's the one that we've already started taking signups for February. And Christina says Gabriel will be our archangel for our featured angel in our class tomorrow too. Yes, Gabriel certainly will be front and center tomorrow. Kathy says Suzanne might be busy packing and getting things organized. Probably. Yeah. Okay. And yes, Christina is going to be in that class with us, Charlie. And okay, yes, so we picked the number, and then whatever color that is, that's what we focus on. But we are intuitively feeling into what color that's going to be as we put in the energy. Okay, Kathy says I have to work tomorrow and Wednesday, so I will most likely miss the Angel and Book Club. Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry, honey. I hope you'll be able to watch the replays of both of those. Tomorrow, Christina and I will be teaching about Gabriel, and it's such an awesome opportunity to come on with us on Zoom and have a discussion, ask questions, and learn things and share with each other. So I hope anyone that's interested can come on tomorrow into the Zoom. And Lily, you've been struggling very much with your throat chakra. And Luz, you'd like to sign up for February. Awesome. Luz, I think you already have the cards, if I'm not mistaken. You have these gems and cards. So you can work with them until that class and really get familiar with the cards and get to know them. And then we'll teach more in depth about how to use the cards with other people. Anyone that wants, if you buy the cards by themselves, you can work with your own energy and do clearing on yourself. And then we train you and certify you in how to work with others. Christina says, my son gave me a throat chakra bowl, Tibetan bowl for Christmas. I will play it periodically as we meditate. Awesome. All right, so let's go into our meditation time. And if anyone has a prayer request, go ahead and type that in. We'll be seeing that when you type it in. And let's get the prayers out there. I want to remember and still keep my little sister Sheila, keep her in our prayer circle. Sheila had surgery just recently, as well as my brother James. They both went through surgery and they both need lifting up physically. It's interesting that it's physical transformation that came up today. Anyone that needs physical healing or some transition with the physical, this is what's being brought forth today with our energy and clearing anything that is helping us to do that. So any prayer request, go ahead and type them in. Trying to think if there were any others, because I know we've had so many in the group that we've been lifting up, like Tony. Let's continue to lift up Suzanne. She always asks for prayers for her daughter that she's going to go visit, Jillian, out west. So let's keep Suzanne and her beautiful daughter lifted up. I feel like putting our Gabby in here. Gabby hasn't been with us in the mornings. So let's lift Gabby up and ask that she be acknowledged, seen, and heard, and that she knows how much we love her. Thank you. Yes, Sally, there's the prayer that I want to put up. Prayers for all who are in need today. Thank you so much, Sally. And Kathy is asking for prayers for Suzanne for safe travels and that she remains healthy throughout her stay with her daughter Jillian and the move. Rick Morrow, good morning. Prayers for continued healing for you. And let's pray for our Marietta. Let's lift up those who are not here with us this morning. We're missing our Erica, and let's send her beautiful energy her way. And Charlie, for your back, let's put you in there. Anyone else? I'd like to put Jean and her husband in there. And her husband's been having some back pains. So let's put him in. And let's put our Jean in there for any physical pain that's going on with her. Let's put her in there for physical healing. And Luz is sending prayers for everyone in here and their loved ones, for my family, wherever they are this morning, for 14-year-old granddaughter dealing with her teenage journey. Yeah, absolutely, Luz. So continue to put your prayer requests in. They'll be seen and heard when you do that. Anyone that wants, just put a loved one in, put yourself in, put our world in there for sure, our mother Gaia, that needs so much physical healing right now. And I feel like a lot of throat chakra energy that's being healed. Lillian, I see your prayers for your daughter and for you to get stronger. Yes, and prayers for your son Michael and your grandson Gabriel. There's our Gabriel again. For my home, for all of you here, for everyone in need in all the world, and for me and for Mother Earth. Thank you so much, Lily. And Kathy's asking prayers for herself too. Her doctor wants blood work done before she refills my arthritis medication. Maybe I won't need that medicine. That would be a miracle. Let's pray for that miracle. Miracles happen. The energy of Archangel Raphael, this blue energy, Kathy, let's put you in there for that physical miracle. And Christina says, so many prayers for healing, emotional, physical, spiritual, emotional, for all beings, as well as Mother Gaia. Well, let's do our balancing that we do in the morning, where we balance the two hemispheres of the brain. So what you do is make a soft fist. You're going to focus on the heel of your hand, and you're going to hit it against the palm of the other hand. And then you're going to switch. So you just keep doing the switch, and this brings the two hemispheres of the brain into focus. Every time I've done this, I've had such clear focus, and there were times when, if y'all remember on one show, I couldn't remember where I had put my cards and gems because I'd packed them, and I did this and knew immediately where they were. This really brings the brain into focus. That's what you're doing. You don't have to hit your palm hard. You just do that. You're hitting the heel of your hand with the palm of your other hand just to activate that meridian energy. And the brain knows what it's doing. You don't even have to say anything. The only thing is to do this small act of hitting the heel of your palm or the heel of your hand into the palm of the other hand, and then keep switching and watch what happens with that focus. then, after you've done this, take in a deep breath and relax and let the miracle happen. Breathe in again deeply. Exhale out anything that's unlike love, anything that's not for your best and highest good. Let's start to let that go from our energy field. And with your next breath in, start focusing on blue, the color blue. And let's invoke the energy of Archangel Raphael, asking Raphael to point out to us, now that we have this focus, point out any place in our physical body that needs transformation, any place that needs to have the cells repaired or working properly. I'm hearing bones this morning. There's energy in the bones that needs transformation, transitioning, healing to take place, for that energy that's in the bones to be stronger, less painful in the joints. There's a lot of joint pain that's being worked on at this very moment by Archangel Raphael. I want you to envision that you can hold that pain in your hand. So just lift out your hand. Wherever that pain energy is in your body, just go there, whatever it might be. Go to that place in your body as you're doing the scan and envision you can pull out that pain energy. Just pull it out of you, place it in your hand, and I want you to place the other hand like this, just cup it over top of that energy. That's all I want you to do. Just envision you're holding the pain and you're cupping it with your other hand. And now envision that inside of this is the color blue. Just see that blue swirling around your pain. See it wrapping that pain energy in this beautiful color of blue. Envision that Archangel Raphael is the one who is stirring that energy. He's creating a vortex, a blue vortex, for that energy to really be wrapped up tight. See it wrapped up like you would bandage a limb that was hurt. You're bandaging it up, covering up that pain tightly with this vortex of beautiful blue energy. And then watch it as it continues to swirl around your pain. See it soothing. The blue is bringing in a transformation. It's bringing in release and healing for that pain that's sitting there in your body. And what you're holding in your hand represents that pain. And we're invoking Archangel Raphael's energy as he is the healer angel. He goes to anyone that's in pain to help them to release it, but he also oversees any medical professional who's helping, anyone who works with energy, the energy healers, chiropractors, masseuses, in whatever way you might work with healing energy. Raphael is the angel that guides all of that. So let's allow Raphael to do his work. As you breathe in deeply, just envision that blue color is coming into you wherever it's needed. And maybe it was in your throat chakra. Maybe you actually felt a block there. The throat represents communication. So if you were having a block, you're not able to hear clearly that communication coming to you, and you're not able to speak your truth and open up and really give value to yourself by speaking authentically. Maybe there's something you really want to do, but you're holding back because you're afraid of what others might say. You're afraid of being criticized or rejected. Let's clear that energy right now. The energy of judgment, of criticism. Let's bring in an energy of acceptance and love instead, right into your heart, into your throat, into your mind. And even as we're doing this clearing of the physical energy, I'm feeling more of these angels coming forth. I'm hearing Archangel Gabriel right now. Gabriel wants all of us to understand and know how loved we are, how important we are, and how important our message is out in the world. Gabriel wants you to look beyond the pain, look beyond what is creating that disturbance inside of you. You're focusing on that pain energy, and you're not seeing your beauty when you're doing that. You're so focused on what's screaming at you to get attention, but yet there's a part of you, that inner child that's inside of you, that's saying, look at me, look at how important I am, look at how loved I am. That inner child knows without a doubt that you are loved, but because the pain is screaming so loud, you're missing the message that's trying to come to you. There are so many that are feeling alone and feeling the loneliness that can come in day after day of being alone. Let's hold on to Gabriel's message right now as Raphael continues to wrap up the pain, to soothe the pain and create an energy of healing for you physically. Let's listen to Gabriel right now. And Gabriel wants you to really feel loved. You are loved. What you say, what you do, what you think is important. You matter. Those are Gabriel's words to everyone hearing this message today. You matter. Everything about your life matters. You are here for a purpose. You are here to help in this time of turmoil, this time of chaos, this time of not being seen and not being acknowledged. You are here to shine that light so that others may know they are seen. They can be heard. Gabriel is encouraging everyone here right now to open up your throat chakra. Open it up. Just envision right now that throat chakra being opened wide. See the energy of it as it travels around your physical throat. See it opening further and further out. See that beautiful blue energy that's swirling around your throat. Feel the energy open. See it just like a door right now that's opened up at your throat. And listen to the very first words coming from you. What are those words? You can type them in if you want, or you can just sit in the energy of them. What words are coming from your throat? What does the world need to hear from you? You have a message. That's what Gabriel is saying. That's why he's coming forward to so many people right now. He says, you have a message to pull forward out of you into the world. You have a message to give that the world needs to hear. It's inside of you, and it doesn't need to stay inside of you. It's to be shared. It's for all of us. to know and to understand. Each of you matter. You're important. You came here on a direct mission. You chose this time. You chose such a time as this. You didn't know what it would look like. You didn't know the details or exactly how traumatic and chaotic and destructive it would be. But you knew that you came here for such a time as this to be a conduit, to be that person that has a message for the world. And you all do. Anyone hearing these words today, you have a message for the world. And now Gabriel is sharing with me that there's many that are either shaking your head or trying to shrink back and say, not me, I don't have a message. What would I have to say? So let's again open up that throat chakra. Envision the energy opening up around your throat. It's not your human self that's speaking. This is your spiritual self. This person that came here to bring forth messages for the world. That's what it is. It's not your ego. It's your spirit that's bringing that message, birthing it forward into the world. You have something to say. So bring it forth, let it out, let it speak. And you're going to find that as you release that message into the world, those physical problems, those things that were so wound up and so tight inside of you that were creating a pain energy, that's going to release. It's going to release. And that's what Raphael and Gabriel are doing, working together with you. They're doing a physical transformation and bringing out what your message is. When you hold your message inside, when you hold your words in, when you hold that energy, and especially the energy of, I'm not worthy to be heard, I'm not worthy to be seen. Why would anyone want to hear what I have to say? We all want to hear what you have to say. It's not about humility. It's not about hiding or insecurity. This is you. This is your spirit that has a message for humanity, that has a message for the collective. What is your message? I want to know. We all want to know. It's for us. It's ours. It's your gift to us when you speak that message. So let's just focus in, whatever that is, whatever your message is that's inside of you. Let it out right now. Let it come out through the throat chakra and watch that physical transformation take place. Watch yourself heal by opening up and giving of yourself, giving of what's inside of you to others. Take a deep breath in. I know there's some words that are being typed. There's messages being typed. If you haven't released yours yet, just let it out. Be gentle with yourself. If you don't hear, if you honestly don't hear anything or don't feel anything, that's okay too. There's no judgment, because what's happening is it's going on in your subconscious. You just haven't brought it forth to your conscious mind yet. So no judgment if there was nothing that was heard, but thank you to all of you who are sharing what your words are and what your message is for the world. And the message that's coming through that Gabriel wants me to share with all of you is that love is the only thing that is real. Love is what we take with us when we are going to shed this human body and go back into our spirit form. So feel into the love. Always come back to the love. Always come home. Home is right here in your heart. That's where the love lives. And when you go into that place of love, everything else takes a seat in the back. Everything else all of a sudden is out there somewhere and not in here, where only love is real. And where that love that we feel for each other, we get a glimpse of it every morning when we come together. And the angels are so happy that we do this, that we come together every morning, that we share together every morning with each other. So feel that love right now. Feel it in your heart. I'm seeing such beautiful comments coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you all can stay on for just a bit, we can take some time to look at these messages that came through for us from each other. Messages of love. And let's give love to each other. Just give some love. When you see this message that's coming through from everyone, just love on that person that sent the message, because it's their spirit that brought it through. So what are these messages? I have to scroll way back. I love it. I love it. Okay, so where are we? All right, so I'll start with Sally's. Sally says, doing the hands calls in Reiki energy, but I don't know if that's because I'm a Reiki master or does everybody draw in universal energy? Yes, Sally, what Raphael was having us do is pull the pain out and hold it. We were holding it inside of our hands for Raphael to minister to us, to do a physical healing on that pain energy. That's what we were doing. And Janet says, he heals the inflammation around your joints as it sends a sense of warmth. Yeah. And Kathy says, there was a noticeable ache in my right hip, and when I scooped it and wrapped it in the blue vortex, I asked Raphael to help me release it, and it left. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Kathy. Deirdre's message that came forth from her: you are profoundly loved. Thank you, Deirdre. Absolutely. Sally heard, you are worthy. Embrace the divine light that you came here as and to be. Thank you, Sally. Such a beautiful message. And Christina says, wow, my bowl, which seems to like to play quietly, got much louder as you began to talk about not using our voices in the loneliness and the expansion of the throat both. Also, when you said how important all our voices are. Yeah, the energy is profound. It really is. And Kathy says, thank you, I love you. That is my message for not only those gathered here, but the whole world. Absolutely. And Charlie, if you're still on here, we have 18 people watching, and 1 in 8 are 9. And Charlie has been seeing 9s like crazy. That's been a number that's speaking to him right now. So I think that's a message for you, Charlie. Erica, hi, darling. Erica says, thank you. I love you. Beautiful words to come from you. And our Carol Allen says 2 words, love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Lily Ann says, I love you all. Charlie heard, you are enough. You are good enough. You have the energy just like the waves in the ocean. I love that, Charlie. Thank you. And Christina says, thank you. I love you all. And yes, Sally, I loved your message. Thank you. Rick Morrow says, thank you. I love you. And Erica's praying for a healthy, peaceful, love-filled world. And Marianne, her message is blessings and love. Liz's message is family is here to love one another, not hurt each other. That's the message I got. Awesome. I love that. And Jean Lorio heard love each other. Love each other. A beautiful message. Linda Lemieux says, I had a picture of Gabriel standing beside a doorway. On the other side was so much bright light. He kept saying, flavors. There's so many flavors in each and everything. Your favorite flavor may not be the same as someone else's, but they have as much right as you do to love their favorite. In other words, don't judge other people or their choices. Thank you, Linda, for that beautiful message. And Grace says, look inside you to see what's outside you with love. Beautiful. And Sally says, I was able to zap Tony this morning. Beautiful. Oh, how awesome. Such beautiful messages. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who tuned into that and who really went inside and felt what your message is to the world. Once you release that, once you let it to the outside, what's on the inside starts to take on that energy and really goes into a healing state with all of the cells inside your body, all of your bones. I hear the structures right now are what's being healed today. That was the physical transformation. Any of your structures, the bones, muscles, vessels, anything that's going on inside your body went through this physical transformation because we shared with each other what our voice needed to say and express. And right now, let's express that love to each other. On the count of 3, we're going to do our heart telephone so we can get out of here. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so dearly. Thank you for listening to yourself, to your higher self, to the angels that help bring the energy through, and to just being, just be. That's what they want us to do today, to just be. Just sit with that energy and let it heal. Let the energy come in. Okay, so Sally says, OMG, Teri, remember back when I told you that Benjamin actually delivered a message to me and told me that Gabriel would come next, and that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I remember that message. I remember that when that happened and that Gabriel was coming. Yeah. Oh, thank you all for your words of love. So much love to all of you. Here's Deirdre. Kathy, absolutely, honey. Remember that pain went from your hip? It can go from wherever you're hurting, wherever that pain energy is. Just let it be free. Focus on what your message is inside of you and release it and let that energy heal. So Deirdre is taking us out of here, and Ringo gets to go for a walk. So he's a little happy camper right now. Thank you all for being here this morning. I love you so much. Thank you for going into the end of this year, releasing whatever it is that needs to be left behind in this 2020, so that going into 2021 is going to be such a beautiful experience. And let's do it together. Let's release the old and bring in the new. so that we know without a doubt that we're not holding in that energy. We're sharing exactly what we need to share with each other and letting each other know, as many are typing in, that that spirit that's inside of me sees, acknowledges, respects, honors, and loves that very same spirit that's inside of y'all. So namaste, y'all. I love you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.